How we doing, guys? We're going straight into it. Let's talk Final Fantasy X. Now, let me first give a little disclaimer and start by saying I started playing this game when I had it on the PlayStation 2 as a kid. So I must have been, who knows, preteen, child, probably, right? So I'm very attached to this game nostalgically, and that's definitely where a lot of love comes from it. I was trying to play it, but in the back of my head kind of think of it as someone that's never watched the game before and how it's aged. And I definitely think, you know, gameplay wise it's aged fairly well, but when it comes to, you know, cutscenes, voice acting, stuff like that, whenever it gets to those cinematic cutscenes, it kills it. Filthy, right? But when it is just in-game graphics, it's sometimes just comically bad. And it brings you, I don't know what the attachment would be if I were to have played this game now with never playing it before, right? But the writing, gorgeous. The world, thoroughly explained, beautiful, complex, you know. The different characters and their backgrounds for why they're doing things. For example, like the reason Wakkas helps us in the beginning is because we remind him of his younger brother that passed, right? Or the reason why Lulu resents us in the beginning of the game is because we resemble that ex-lover she had, and it seemed like Wakka was trying to not replace, but here's a 2.0 version, right? So you have that. You have the story of the lost, you know, the lost person just waking up in a place they don't know of, but in reality being 1,000 years in the future, kind of, not really. It's a very complex story, and technically Zanarkand is in the present day, but we won't even get into that. Let's just say it was in the past, right? You have the story of your main character going 1,000 years in the future and realizing there's no way back, right? Kind of joining along a gang of people and going, yeah, we're gonna do this whole summoner thing, and then realizing fairly early in the story that his father is Sin, right? And then you meet, and with that, Auron, and then Auron joins the squad. You also have, you know, so you have that story. You have the story of Yuna being the daughter of a great man that wants to be a great person, right? A great woman, right? And how those storylines, even in reality, never really, you know, tell me a great man that's the son of a great man. There's not many, right? So you have that one playing. You have so many. You have YK Mari is even in the mix, and then how it's thoroughly explained that when Arn died and he crawled down Mount Gagazak, he ran into Kimari and gave Kimari this mission to go find this little girl Yuna and bring her to Besaid, and that's why, right? Just so many parallels that wrap the whole world together, and all the characters that you play together. It makes you really care about them all. You know what I mean? You have, you know, you have Riku and Wakka, how they clash. You have Riku looking up to Lulu. You have no one really questioning Auron, but Auron just being there knowing everything, right? But when it comes to the points that he doesn't know anything, right? Everything after Yunalesca, he's very quiet about most things. And then you see like Tidus and Yuna kind of take the charge forward as a role of leader. There's just so many beautiful dynamics in this game. Let's talk about that ending. Oh, that ending gets me. It gets me good. That ending gets me really good. I think this is the first time I've ever gotten to it without shedding a tear. I felt a little bit, but yeah, it's so good. You know, because the whole story, you're thinking of Yuna's self-sacrifice to save everyone, right? Which is, you know, self-sacrifice. It's so noble. You know, it's fucking Jesus Christ, whatever. Insert whoever, right? It's just this thing in our world that's like, there's no ultimate sacrifice than self-sacrifice. So you have that, and then you have Tidus go, nah, fuck that. I'm gonna just sacrifice my own life, obviously for everyone too, but more so just to save you, Yuna, as well, right? as he figures out that he's not real through the game. Um, which is just this whole other thing. And then the way they put it together at the end, the moment where he's like, the fireflies are coming out of him, and he's now like ethereal. He kind of moved through things, and then he goes to embrace Yuna towards the end, and just, you know, he's just sitting there like pretending he can feel her, but he can't. You know, it's just it's just filthy, the way they put that all together. It's crazy good, and I don't think I've played a game that does it that good storyline wise. There's some games that come close, but not in that aspect. Like, there's other storyline games like The Last of Us 2, the way they make you feel in that game, the way they get emotions out of you in that game compared to this game, but no one quite does it where they sell you such a fantasy world, everything's made up, right? And they make you care, right? Sorry.
Sorry.
There's no game like that. I don't know. I can't think of one, right? And now, I haven't played any other Final Fantasy games. I just kind of played this one. I was like, I love it. And that's it, right? Nothing can compare. I don't want to play any other ones. They can't compare, right? Maybe I will. But, such a great game. What else can we talk about? We can talk about how the whole theme of religion, right? Yevon being religion, all knowing, all honest. You must be pure to the religion. Then how religion, you know, religious wars between Al Bhed and Yevon, how religion's fake, you know, there's secrets, this, you know what I mean? It's interesting. It turns religion, and then once you get to Bevelle, you kind of see it more as a corporation rather than like as a religion head, right? And then it's just people trying to stay in power after being long gone. Which is just another thing. It's just another crazy complexity in the game. Combat system, amazing. It's good. It's good. It's a good turn-based, you know, because it's action adventure in the way of like how you move and everything like that. But when it comes to actual combat, it's strategy, which I like. It's because you got to sit there and think like it's Pokemon. Like, what's the best move to make here? You know, but it's way more complex and way more difficult. You know, so that in itself is really, there's parts, especially on that last boss fight or the last couple, where I'm just sitting there quiet the whole time because I'm just trying to think and not make a mistake. Sort of rushing through the game, doing it without attack rules definitely made it a bit more difficult. Yeah, it was good. It was good. Now I'm gonna give this game 2 ratings. I'm gonna try and give it an unbiased rating, as if I never played it, which is gonna be still pretty, you know, biased. And I'll give it like my actual rating of what I, you know, biased and all. So, non-bias, I would give the game an 8.9. Okay, not bias. Bias, I would give the game like a 9.8. The only thing knocking it down is age. And with that said, with rumors that the next Square Enix remake game they're gonna make being Final Fantasy X, and seeing the job they did with Final Fantasy VII, I couldn't fathom how they would do it. Yeah, it would be insane to just, I have no idea how they would do it, but I would definitely be playing that on launch day if it ever came. But that's it for this episode. I had no script, no writing, I just pouring it out. Yeah, what did I say? 8.9. 8.9? Is that what I said? Non-bias 8.9, bias 9.8. Yeah, we'll just flip it like that. Alright, that's it for me, guys. That's Let's Talk Final Fantasy X, and that's it. You guys have a great day.
Maybe I guess, why am I reloading? This isn't Call of Duty! Wait, does that pause it? I'm guessing it does. No, it does not! Oh my god, I don't want to walk towards her. I'm closing my eye. Oh, it's worse! We're just running. Ooh! Oh my god!